Hey, we can sprint in this one.
I like to go for long walks. Walks that cleanse the lungs and cleanse the spirit. This walk, though, has particular meaning for me, and it's a pilgrimage I make every year at this time.
Nice. This is the sprinting speed. Whee! There's palm trees. I think you just find palm trees out in the forest, but you know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you do.
I can remember every detail of my wife's appearance, even though she's been gone for nearly 10 years. I remember how her cheekbones would rise when she smiled. I remember her long, raven black hair flowing down her back like a shiny waterfall. I also remember how she looked without hair.
Okay. What? Oh. Well, I got whatever that is. Melon or a giant lemon? Coconut? Not really sure. More story, please. Nope, okay. I love buildings that don't have entrances. So useful. Hey, Mr. Mini. I am doing well. Oh, it's our piggy. How you doing, Mr. Mini?
She was still beautiful, and she could still smile, but not as often as she used to. The sickness came and went quickly enough, but when it went, it took her with it. I was only 31 years old at the time. She, 33. Our daughter, Emily, had only recently turned 6.
Yoink. A question about donating. Okay. Piggies. I mean, if it's a question you don't want to ask in chat for whatever reason, you can always send me a message on Discord or Twitter or something. Or just ask now. Are you able to choose more than one thing at once or do it be separate? I believe you can only choose one thing at once. The only thing that, like...
It's hard enough for a parent to raise a young child on their own, doubly so when the child is of the opposite gender. Yet that's precisely the predicament I found myself in when Cassandra died.
Oh, yes, quite. Like the giveaway stuff, it's just, you can choose that as an option, but it's just, I'm gonna go through the list and grab everyone who's donated more. Other than that.
By all means, both sets of grandparents did their best to help out, but my pride dictated that I could only ask so much of them. I needed to prove to everyone, not least of all myself, that I could do this. I had no desire to be the all but absent father that my own had been, and endeavored to spend as much time as I could caring for my daughter in the most direct way possible. I won't deny that the odd drink came in handy during this early period, but it was yet to become a problem.
Ah, yes, the casual drinking father. Nice. This is the other end of the childhood trauma spectrum, where we plays the adult. Go this way. But you can't donate for like the 50 to get a game on the list and the 10-minute of song or whatever together. Separate stuff. But if it's for like the 50 to get a game on and also for the giveaway, it's like, like I said, I'll just scrap everyone that's donated more than $5 for the Steam gift card, and anyone who's donated $1 or more for the MeUndies ones. The giveaway options are just on the list in case people just want to donate for that.
Much greater challenges in the early days were the ones that people would think almost trivial. Ensuring my daughter was safe when she used public restrooms and that she cleaned herself properly when she was in the
Yo, Stephen, thanks for the $5, my man.
Normally fall upon the female.
Some hype. Look at that, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, apparently I closed out my dashboard for that stuff. Appreciate the $5, man. For the giveaway.
A
Nice.
woman would have alleviated much of the burden cast suddenly upon both of our lives.
$10. Assuming that's going towards treats. Treat for the door. Alright. When I give him his food later today, I'll give him some extra treats. He's kind of sleeping right now. Thank you for the $15 altogether, man. Really appreciate that. Getting ever closer to that $2,500 mark. I'm posting pictures of Thor streets in Discord.
It's
Every
not
time it's
like
come up
I
so
didn't
far.
try to meet other women after Cassandra's passing. I even went on the odd date, but, well, between my teaching job and my responsibilities as a single parent, it was hard to not only find the time, but to find someone to babysit for the evening, without calling upon the goodwill of the grandparents yet again. Most of all, though, it was impossible to find someone to fill the yawning void that Cassandra had left in her wake.
Should go to bed soon. Alright, man. Appreciate the donations. Have a good sleep. Yo, it's a giant boat. What?
I never asked you to be alone, my sweet. You'd have had my blessing if you had found someone else. All I would have asked is that she be a good mother to Emily.
The spooky ghost. Missed the sprint upgrades from the first game. Oh my god. Interlude 1, The Rendezvous. Nice, I love interludes. Ooh. This isn't bad looking.
Ah, yes. I remember this evening. My wife left a note for me with a friend of ours who worked at a place called Danny's Cafe. She always did like her little games. We had a lot of good times in this district, made a lot of good friends, enjoyed a lot of good meals, but there are unfortunately other memories which I associate with this place.
Yeah, the whole town bullied them. It's a really weird place to keep a playground, but sure. Yo, Danny's Cafe. Got one table?
The note says, "Dearest, come meet me at O'Doyle's at 6:30. Oh, but one small favor along the way. Emily says she left Kiri in the playground. You know how upset she gets without her bunny rabbit." Oh dear. Still, I guess I'm not one to judge. I've been known to get a bit negligent from time to time myself.
Oh yes, quite. Do say, old chap. Alright, where's Bunny at? Oh, there it is. Yoink. I love the sound effects for that.
Errand run. Next stop, O'Doyle's. Ah, the aromas of this district. The delectable scent of recently roasted coffee beans, freshly cut cake, and all manner of chocolatey delights. Truly a gastronome's paradise. The last time Cassandra asked me to meet her here at night, it was to tell me she was pregnant. I wonder what the big news will be this time.
She's double pregnant. Chapter 2, The Little Mermaid. We're not pregnant at all. She's pregnant with a mermaid. The father's half fish, half bull. Well, the rain effect is kind of nice, but you also don't have water droplets.
Somehow, teaching
On your
children
eyeballs.
of early high school age had done little to prepare me for the task of raising a child not many years younger. She still had an innocence at her age, while the scamps that I taught, I'm being a bit harsh of course, but, well, the students that I taught were in the process of growing up very quickly. A little too quickly, some of them. I sincerely hoped that my Emily wouldn't be quite so precocious by the time she was that age.
Taking shortcuts. Oh, nice, another village. What's that? Umbrella? Well, I grabbed the umbrella. Is it going to do anything? Nope. Nice. I mean, the last part was just like prequel. Well, this is not actually nice. It's not one piece.
I enjoyed taking my daughter on short trips, well away from the city. I didn't want her knowing nothing but schools and streets, which my own life almost seemed to consist of. I figured that she needed to breathe a bit of nature every once in a while, enjoy a bit of fresh air. It's one thing to civilize a child, but another to deny them their childhood altogether. We both seem to like the beach especially.
That's another umbrella over there. I don't really want it. If it's gonna make this game last longer, I'm not gonna take it. Ooh.
Emily loved the water. In another life, I believe she could have easily been a fish. Sometimes I even called her my little mermaid. She loved the sand too and liked to build things with it. One day, I helped her make a fairy tale castle and cast her, only in her mind, of course, as a kind of mermaid Rapunzel, trapped in a tower far beneath the water, her long hair flowing with the winds of the waves.
Okay. I don't know how that works out, but how do you get trapped in a tower underwater? Why can't you just swim out the window? The logic, it doesn't make any sense. Damn kids.
"Would you be my prince and come to save me, Daddy?" she asked. "No, sweetie, that will be another man. We just don't know who yet, but one day your prince will come." I further hoped to myself, and only to myself, that the man in question wouldn't merely break her heart. I wished nothing more for her than to find the happily ever after that eludes so many others.
Oh, more piggies.
For a brief time, when Emily was 7 years old, I managed to get involved with another woman for all of 6 months. Another teacher at the same high school.
Ooh, scandalous.
When that ended, we did our best to go back to just being friends and colleagues, but it wasn't long before the woman in question happened to find herself a job at another school. I never knew whether I was the primary cause for her leaving, but knew that it was probably for the best. She only met Emily once. I don't think Emily liked her very much. Yes, it was probably for the best.
Dated for 6 months and she only met once? Okay. What I'm afraid of is that there's a chapter 3. And or more. batteries. What? Please tell me I don't have to go find batteries. Somewhere else. God. Alright, so we open up this guide on Steam. So batteries are in a different way. They're over here. Maybe I should just kept the radio the whole way. Nice, got the batteries.
I know you always acted with Emily's best interests at heart. And mine when I was alive. You were a good husband. And a good father. Nobody's perfect.
Wow, she calling me out? I am perfect. Alright. Chapter 2 done. Interlude 2, Careless Wishes. I'm scared. Okay, just look. Oh god, there's 4 chapters. Just looked at the guide. There's 4 chapters. We're halfway done. Oh god, what the hell happened here? This is a cracked in?
Ah, memories. My wife and I used to come to this place to mess about. Before we were actually husband and wife, of course. Her parents were a bit on the religious side, and, well, I'm not sure my parents would have appreciated us getting up to mischief in their house either. It wasn't glamorous, but at least we knew we could be alone here.
I too like to mess around in cracked ins.
There was that one time, of course, when we were interrupted by the squatter. The poor old guy seemed a bit embarrassed by his discovery, truth be told. We quickly finished up our business and respectfully departed. During future visits, we made a point of keeping to the other end of the building, just in case.
Pry open this door. Uh-oh. Going further down. It's not good. Nice, a bucket.
Eventually, the place was condemned and torn down. It was no great skin off our knees, given that we'd already moved on, but I always wondered about that homeless man. I certainly hope he wasn't inside the building on the demolition day. He'd be long gone by now, either way.
Funny.
Ah, that's right. I'd completely forgotten that this was where we found Kiri, named him, and jokingly decided to keep him should we ever have a child together.
What?
Careful what you wish for.
Why would you take a stuffed animal from a crack den and give that to your kid? Here you go, sweetie. The demon drink. I knew she was the devil. Nice. I think I just picked up a Bible.
There was one resounding consequence to the breakup with the other teacher. Shortly afterwards, my drinking started to spiral out of control.
Nice.
Perhaps it shouldn't have come as a surprise. My father had been something of a drinker when I was young, though he did manage to reduce his intake by the time I left home, thanks to the numerous threats of divorce from my mother. The irony wasn't lost on me. My father partially conquered his alcoholism to keep a woman in his life, while losing 2 women in my own only drew me closer to the demon drink.
Oh, the demon drink. Oh, God. Such a spooky drink. Man, now I want to drink.
I never hit Emily. Not before the drink and not after. It just didn't affect me that way. Alcohol didn't make me violent, it made me negligent.
Well, that's a bonus, I guess. He never hit her physically, just emotionally and mentally. Oh, look at Bambi go.
Which isn't to say that I wasn't known for my occasional bouts of verbal aggression. That much I can't deny, and I probably raised my voice to Emily more often than I should have. I certainly recall at least one occasion when I reduced her to tears, and there were probably other occasions that I simply can't remember. But I never hurt her physically. That much I'm certain of. That just wasn't who I was or who I am today. I might be a weak man, but I'm not a total coward.
See, it's fine. He never hit her, just emotionally tormented her. She'll be fine. You can say whatever you want, just can't punch them.
Affected, at least not noticeably. As the months progressed, however, I found myself substituting the water in my plastic bottle for vodka. Only sometimes, on especially hard days, and only a partially full bottle. No one ever knew, of course, though my work performance was questioned on 1 or 2 occasions. That said, my job was never in threat, at least for the first year or so. Then came the day of a certain small incident, and, well...
I remember my schools
I
being
wasn't
worried
violent.
students were doing that.
Again, that
Water
just
bottles.
wasn't my style, sober or otherwise. But I definitely raised my voice at him and demanded that he leave my classroom and never darken my doorstep again. I might have even sworn at him. The official report certainly claims that I did.
That damn boy. Never darken my doorstep again. In the classroom. Is that an axe? I'll take a screenshot of that achievement. Holy shit. Oh. That may be the best Steam achievement I've ever seen. This is the achievement I got for that. How can that not be the greatest Steam achievement ever? Here's Johnny. This is the picture that made it. I wasn't expecting it. Wee. Oh. Shit. No.
What can I say? His disruptive behavior was difficult enough to tolerate, even when I was in a fitter state to endure such nonsense. But things were starting to deteriorate in my life generally, to the point where Emily's grandparents were starting to intervene a little, and I guess I took my frustrations out on him rather than her.
I did not hit him. I did not. Can't wait to find out the main character's name is Johnny.
There's no denying that boy deserved my wrath more than my daughter. I was put on suspension since I hardly had a history of these things. I'd been a good worker up to that point, I honestly had. Go sort yourself out, they said. I had every intention of doing just that.
Into chapter 3. Aha, I found the batteries early. Nice. It wasn't that long of a chapter.
Darling, you can't keep blaming yourself for what happened.
Hello.
Not to me. And
One more interlude and one more chapter. Assuming this is the end. Of chapter 3, that is. Anytime this game wants to fade out, that'd be great. Uh-oh. At the end of chapter 3, no. Oh, there's a boat up here. Oh, nice. Can't even get over there. It's a nice gator in the water. Alright, well, I looked up the guide. You just gotta click on the paddle. There.
The path to recovery is never an easy one, and I wasn't convinced that cold turkey was my answer. It just sounded too convenient to me and seemed a surefire way to fall straight back off the wagon. I suspected that slowly weaning myself off the drink would reap more permanent rewards, and immediately set about reducing my intake. A fortnight later, it was still a daily habit, but at least that habit had shifted mostly to nights.
It's consuming one bottle over the course of a day. He does it in a couple hours at night. That's the trick.
After talking Emily's grandparents around, convincing them this was the first step on my road to recovery, I soon organized a trip to one of our favorite beaches, a retreat we'd been to a couple of times before. It would be a week's trip during her school holidays, away from the stresses of both our lives. Emily was happy, especially after I explained to her that this was Daddy's chance to get better. At the very least, that was the plan.
Yeah, instead of being the kid that suffers through an alcoholic parent, now we gotta be the alcoholic parent. It's the new generation of games. The shoe is on the other bottle. Good old shoey. Brave little soul. Is that anything like the brave little toaster? So we're out of 12. Oh wait, what is happening? Uh-oh. My character's just moving forward on their own.
I always tried to make holidays a thing in our little family.
I can
But
move
for
the character.
short time such a unit
like-
existed. I was more of a summery person,
Use my
while
mouse.
my wife adored the snow. Perhaps it was her Russian roots. Our daughter was happy almost anywhere and everywhere, but there's no denying she felt the cold more than any of us.
Maybe I need a... Nope.
Shivering. He needs more fire. We all knew, of course, that she was referring to herself and not the rabbit, but if
Well,
that was her
you're
way of
unable to
appearing
control yourself.
courageous, we
Yeah,
were willing
maybe.
to go along with it. I rugged up and left the two ladies in the log cabin in search of wood to feed the fireplace.
So in the feces, we collected orbs and mushrooms. In this game, we're collecting firewood. Nice. What? Where? Aha. And batteries, right? Yeah, I'd say Nefeasty at this point is the better game, but it's got other series we gotta play as well before we really rank them. Thor does not look comfortable to me, but I guess he is. Aha.
6 years. That's all the time we had together. All three of us. All the time that Emily had to get to know her mother. Daddy, when will Mummy be coming home? She asked, the day after Cassandra died. I opened my mouth to answer, but all that came from my throat was an impotent choking sound. Tears were quick to follow. Emily, brave little
Sound he
soul
made.
she was, did her best to console me.
That's where they sound so upbeat and optimistic. A little bit, yeah. It's probably him reflecting back, like, oh yeah, I killed both of them. And I got away with it too. And that's why he's so optimistic. Voice actor? I'm pretty sure it's the game dev. I mean, maybe not. Maybe you got someone to do the voiceover. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was him doing it. Switch for vodka to Valium. I'd rather have the vodka. Well, I hate that the game won't let me stop walking. I really don't know how I came into this here, because before this it's split. I mean, maybe this is where everything is, but... That axe? Nah, I can't get that axe. Just looking at the guide. Guide had something different for this area. I might be here for a while for this interlude. Yeah, it's in top right, 7 out of 12. In this situation in a game, you should put more than 12 of the items on the map and only require them to collect 12. So that you're not stuck wandering probably the same places 20 times in a row. This is where I wanted to go, to the left. Left of the house. Why don't I just... Is there firewood here? Bye.
In the end, it was a children's book that helped Emily to fully comprehend what had happened to her mother. So the mummy deer got sick and there was nothing the other deers could do to help her. That's right, sweetie. We all have to pass on sooner or later. Your mother's time just came sooner than we expected. It was in that moment that I understood why families bought pets with short life expectancies, like goldfish and guinea pigs. Emily had little concept of death up until that point.
Yep, that's why people buy pets. So that when their mom dies, they can understand it. And that, Emily, is why we flushed your mom down the toilet. She died just like your goldfish. Alright, one more. Where'd it be? Oh. Found it.
Ah, that should be enough wood for now. Time to head back to the cabin. I'm sure those two must be freezing by now. Could happily bear to get a bit warmer myself. Beaches are certainly more my speed, I'd say.
Oh, I don't have to walk all the way back, thank God. Alright, last chapter. Chapter 4, Penance. Oh, we're in a cave, nice. Oh, it's not gonna auto-walk
Things
for me?
went swimmingly for the first few days of the beachside trip. No bad puns intended. And Emily was enjoying every minute of it. Sometimes I worried that I may have created a slight loner of a kid, given how happy she was to play by herself, how proficient she was at finding her own entertainment.
Goddamn loner kid.
This isn't to say that there weren't other children at the retreat with whom she was willing to briefly associate, but she didn't seem overly fussed if their parents had to take them home that same evening. She was happy either way. I guess I shouldn't have been surprised, given that she was an only child, and that she was no stranger to the idea that people might temporarily inhabit her life, only to depart shortly afterward. Perhaps I'd raised her a little too well in that department.
Yep, don't care for anybody because they will die very shortly after meeting them. Just like your goldfish.
In the meantime, I was having my own version of a good time. Freed from the shackles of a more polite existence, I found little reason not to drink the days away, and the nights even more so. I know that wasn't the plan, but anyway. I met some new friends, and even made the acquaintance of a very lovely, very single woman 5 years my junior. A woman so charming that even Emily seemed to take a slight shine to her. Things were definitely looking up. Then came the day of the tragedy.
This is a great environment to walk through. What's that in the water? It's ducks. Seagulls. Yeah, they're birds. Birds are just chilling on the water. Nice. Yo, Casimir, what's up,
In
man?
the early evening, 2 days after meeting the woman, I was enjoying her company and that of some fellow adults, while my daughter enjoyed the water mere meters away from us. I say mere meters, but she must have started to drift further out without my noticing. A fact hardly surprising, given that my advanced state of inebriation limited my focus to one subject at a time, at best. And given that the woman was the greater novelty of the moment, she was the one stealing the bulk of my attention at the time. This attention was quickly divided, however, when I heard my daughter scream.
Falling off your feet today. Nice, nice. Always nice.
It's strange the
Have a
sudden
nice drink.
clarity one can experience the moment one realizes that something they love is in danger. I leapt to my feet and caused all manner of calamity as I scrambled to free myself from the tiny maze of tables and chairs that surrounded us. Somewhere behind me, another man from our entourage was rushing to join me, but I was quicker to reach the waterside and wade
Bye, Thor.
frantically in.
That's the real tragedy. Thor's leaving. No. Look how the birds are just chilling on the water.
I couldn't actually see her at first, then glimpses only of her hands and arms as they flailed above the water. All thoughts of my own current capacity to swim were tossed aside, and I launched myself into the ocean, fingers first. I'm not even sure if I was swimming in the correct direction the whole time, but my body knew it had to press on, irrespective. Something inside my burning brain told me that as long as I pushed myself forward, I could aid my daughter. By the mere fact of willing myself to be her savior, that was what I would somehow become.
Okay, so I just explained by herself. It's not appreciate being watched.
Her body was...
There's a person over there.
Mine somehow made its
Like,
way
no.
back to the beach before
Person?
collapsing,
I can't tell.
face down, so I'm told, into unconsciousness.
No, it's a buoy. Or is it? Attached to arm by 4 legs and teeth. Yeah, the old cat trap. Like, oh, pet me, and then springs the trap on you. Or does that a lot.
I cannot say with any confidence whether I could have saved anyone, sober or not. But I blame the drink nonetheless. And most of all, I blame myself. Who am I kidding? A bottle can't be blamed for its actions any more than a rifle can be. It was my weakness, my fault, and my fault alone that I became a man so wretched that he failed to notice his own daughter struggling with the evening tide. My last-minute delusions of heroism count for nothing. I simply was not there for my only child when she needed me the most.
Got her, the goldfish could have taught her to swim better. Yeah, could have.
Can I tell myself I was a good father? No, but I did try, more than my own father ever did. That said, the acorn doesn't fall far from the tree, and I can't deny the blood that runs through my veins. But I've punished myself plenty, and I've improved my ways. I don't drink anymore, and every year I make this pilgrimage to prove this fact to my daughter.
What? Oh, I see. Yeah, I thought that was a bird. It's a bottle. That's the end point. I don't drink anymore except for this bottle. Oh, it's a cutscene.
I've another dozen
throw.
open bottles where that came from, so my penance is far from over. I'm slowly learning to forgive myself, and I can only
Kid's
ask
dead.
you, Emily, to forgive
Where's
me
the poor
also.
kid gonna go?
You were the most vivid reminder I had left of your mother, and now that you're both gone, well, let's just say that I keep to myself these days. It's better that way. All that I can do is be the best teacher that I can and give other people's children the best opportunities that life has to offer them. I'm so sorry I couldn't do that for you. Farewell, my little mermaid. Sleep peacefully. Daddy loves you. Always.
Yeah, he lives happily ever after. The guy who wrote the story. Well, it wasn't the guy who made the game who wrote it. It was his voice actor. Hey, he was a tester. What?